Hey, what's up guys, TRICKSHOTTING here. My name is TRICKSHOTTING, commenting the top 5 worst trick-shotting maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer. Now, one thing I want to put out before I start this top 5 is this is kind of like a sequel, I guess, to our last top 5, which was week 5, top 5 trick-shotting maps. So now we're doing top 5 worst trick-shotting maps. Hope you guys enjoy. So coming in at number 5 on our list, we got Plaza. Now, today on Plaza, it's not really the best trick-shotting map, but for the reasons are, one, the spaces aren't really that high. I mean, like, there are 2 high spaces, like the ledges and stuff, but the sewage spots, you die right away, that, like, the border where you actually die, that's not that big. And then also, once you think about the ledges, there's only 2. Like, it's basically going for the same shot, once. Basically, it's just on different sides. And, yeah, so Plaza doesn't really have much stuff at all, but the height of the things are what really makes it high, plus the cross maps are really, really cool because it's outdoors, so that's why Plaza comes in at number 5. Now, coming in at the number 4 spot on the list, we have Grind. Now, Grind is an amazing, alright, regular multiplayer map, but when it comes to trick-shotting, trick-shotters like me aren't really the biggest fan of it. I mean, like, sniping, again, is alright, but again, when it comes to trick-shotting, because I know it's got a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff I show you, but once you think about it, none of the things are that high at all, so it's very hard to do a lot of trick shots. Plus, it's just not that fun to trick shots, and a lot of the spots are like not very that hidden, so like Carrier, for instance, like all around the map is like basically trick shotting, but that's an amazing trick shotting map. So yeah, Grind is just kind of dull, like it's just not high things, there's not too many things anyway, but yeah, that's why Grind came at number 4. Now, coming in at the number 3 spot on our list, we have Downhill. Now, Downhill is just a terrible map in general. I mean, like, I hate it for multiplayer. I hate it for S&D. Ninja defusing, I hate it. But yeah, I don't really ninja defuse that much anyway. I wouldn't really ask for much ninja defusing videos. But if you guys really want, if we really get a bunch of support on it, then we could do ninja defusing videos. Me and Tricks Exposures used to always ninja defuse. Like, we got clips. So we already have clips, honestly. Yeah, we are like making a little montage and stuff, but yeah, that didn't really turn out too well. But yeah, there's some funny ninja defuses. But back to the topic on Downhill. So I hate Downhill for almost every single thing. I mean, like, I'm not saying that it's a terrible map for everyone, because I'm sure a lot of people love Downhill. But yeah, I don't really like Downhill, but again, back to the topic on trick-shotting is Downhill isn't really the best for trick-shotting at all either, because there's that one little condo thing in the back that's huge, and that's like an amazing trick-shotting spot, but the only thing that's bad about it is it's in the back of the spawn. So if you try to hit someone, they have to be in the back of the spawn, or at least inside of that condo thing, so that's not too good. And the other stuff are just, they're just tiny, there's not a lot of stuff, it's just not really too good. I know you see a lot of spots on here, but yeah, a lot of these spots aren't even that good. So that's why Downhill came at the number 3 spot. Really, really bad. I don't really like it in general at all, but yeah, came at the number 3 spot for trick shotting. Coming at the number 2 spot on this list, we have Overflow. Now, Overflow is not a favorite to a lot of people. Now, what's so bad about Overflow is one thing that I really hate is it's not on free-for-all. And I know you guys are saying, like, trick-shotting is not all on free-for-all. But trick-shotting is mostly on free-for-all, to be honest. Like, a lot of members in FaZe trick-shot on free-for-all, like, almost all of them, maybe even all of them. I know FaZe Replays does a lot of S&D, but I'm sure he does free-for-all too. But so yeah, it's not on free-for-all. And another thing is the trick-shotting spots are terrible. Things are not that high. Things are hardly that high even. I know there's some windows and stuff, but then there's like nothing to trick shot on. That's another thing. And then also the map is so huge that it's super hard to kill people on. So yeah, Overflow is not really that good. And it really does deserve number 2. I mean, like, there was some other maps that just really wowed me at number 1, but yeah, so that's why Overflow came at number 2. I hope you guys think that was a good thing, because there's some things that you're really gonna like agree on. But yeah, that's why Overflow came at number 2. Now, before we get into the top one thing, as you can see on the screen, we are doing some honorable mentions. Now, there are two honorable mentions that we just had to put out because we don't usually do honorable mentions in this series. It's usually just the top 5. But there were so many maps that tied for first that we had to add some honorable mentions in. So I hope that you guys agree with these. I know some of you guys won't. I know some of you guys will. But yeah, so these are our top 5 or top 2 honorable mentions. So for our first honorable mention, we have slums. Now, these aren't really these two. It's not really the best to the worst, but these are just the both that tied for one after, before that, and then we had the number one that, we thought was the best. But so the first one is slums. Now, slums doesn't really have much things to trick shot on at all, and nothing is really that high. Not much to explain it. Slums is just really bad. I love it for multiplayer. It is amazing, like regular gameplay. But trick shotting is where it gets hard. Ninja defusing is where it gets hard. And yeah, not much to say about slums, but it's not really the best map, so that's why it came in as a great honorable mention. So for our final honorable mention, we have Hydro. Now, I'm sure all you guys know Hydro as the one map that sucks. So, Hydro isn't that good at all for trick shotting. One, there's not much stuff. The Sui spots, as I'm showing you right now, the death border, it shows that you can go down, but you really die when you're like 3/4 of it. So that's not that good. And also all the stuff that you can trick shot off is, not too high. Now, remember in Plaza how there's those two ledges? Well, there's kind of that in Hydro. It's just it's a bit smaller. But the only thing is, you might think that there's two trick shotting spots that are high. Well, there's technically only one because they're the same thing and the same exact thing. So yeah, Hydro is a good honorable mention, but I just don't think it could be first because it's just you can hit a trick shot on it, but it's just not fun at all, and yeah, it's just not really good. So it was a great honorable mention, and that's why it came in as that honorable mention. So for the number 1 spot on this list, we have Aftermath. Now, Aftermath sucks terribly. Now, one thing again, it is not on free for all, and like I said, trick shotting clans like FaZe, like that's really a big one, but FaZe and all those trick shotting clans and stuff, actual people, just like trick shotting for fun, it's not on free for all, and a lot of people trick shot on free for all, and I know again it's not always trick shotting on free for all. Like whenever I'm split screening, you can't even play free for all, so what do I play? SND. So yeah, I know it's not always trick shotting on free for all, but like I said, it's mostly trick shotting on free for all because that's so awesome. Like you die, you get another chance, you kill a lot of people, it's fun, just playing with your friends and stuff. So that is also a thing that sucks about this map. But another thing is there are like no trick shotting spots on this map, like none. And again, on this map is all of them are so small. Like even the windows are small, like the window heights and all that. Even like there's like always ground going down. You can't trick shot on cars because half of them you can't even jump on. It's crazy. So yeah, that's why that came in at the number 1 spot. Simple number 1 spot. Tricks exposures is just like I know what the number 1 spot is. It's Aftermath. And I was just like, yeah, it is. And so then I thought of Overflow, and he helped me with downhill, all that stuff. And yeah, so that's why Aftermath came in at the number 1 spot. Easy pick. It was either those or those honorable mentions, but I knew which one was top. It was a little debate, but it was easy. So that's why that came in at number 1. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this top 5. Again, I'm sorry for 2 weeks ago and then 3 weeks ago, I guess, because we didn't upload 2 weeks in a row. I'm so sorry for that. But like I said, we're going to start daily uploading. Or not daily uploading, like getting on your schedule like this, how this is coming out on time. We're going to start doing that more. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this top 5 worst trick shotting maps. Now you kind of know the best and the worst, and kind of what to stay in, what not to stay in. Like there's a lot of bad trick shotting maps, but these are the worst. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This again was super fun to make. Me and Tricks Exposures were just like thinking this out at night. Like he's just like he texted me like, hey, how about top 5 worst trick shotting maps? And I was just like, that's a great idea. So yeah, then we like figured out the maps and stuff. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this top 5. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.